Hi everyone, welcome to MarikaCreations. Today I will show you 2 DIYs that I have made for a man in my life, my husband. And there are 2 very different DIYs, so stay tuned for them. This video is also part of a collaboration, for the boys collaboration. And I will introduce you a little closer to my teammates a little further on in the video. But for now, let's get DIYing. For the boys, DIY number 1. My husband has a lot of things, as we all do, that to take with him when he goes out, and he needs somewhere to put it, and he goes with a big backpack or he has tried several things, but nothing really works for him. He's very picky. So I decided, in close collaboration with him, to make him the perfect bag for his belt. So that's what I'm doing now.
Here are some of the things that my husband wants in his wallet: utility knife, the phone, and it should be approximately the size of this plastic wallet here. And I will use a pair of military pants that are no longer good, and a piece of string, and this net bag, and the straps out of this little bag, and some Velcro, and also this cutting board. So let's do this. So my plan is to have a sturdy bag, so I'm cutting out a back and front, sides, and the bottom of my bag using this plastic cutting board. So I have cut the corners, and now I'm tracing them on one of the legs of the pants, the front, the bottom, the back, and so on, as you can see here. And I will use a double fabric, since I want fabric on both sides of the cutting board, of course. So cutting out the piece and see if it's big enough. Might be, don't know yet. Never done this before, so it's a trial and error for me. Every now and then I go back to my husband and see if we are still on the same path, if we go in the same direction, and yeah, no point doing anything that he doesn't want in the end, right? Cutting out the sides. I'm cutting out straps from the bag that I no longer use, and I will use them to hold the utility knife and so on the front of the bag. And I also cut the bigger ones later on to have them fit to the belt. Now on to the Velcro. I bought this on Amazon, but it's so and so in its efficiency, I think. It's okay. Now on to the rings. I have 2 metal rings that I will put on the side of the bag to attach keys, etc. Good to have rings. Now it's time to sew everything together, and you just have to be careful what you put there first, so you don't forget to put something on and later you can't because the cutting board is in the way or something. Think before doing is key here.
This video is also part of collaboration for the boys collaboration, and I have teamed up with 7 YouTube creators, amazing DIYers, decorators, crafters. I will quickly introduce them to you. Here they are: Elizabeth at Dandysoap DIY, Pat at Pat's Homecraft, Kimo at Kimocraft, Tina at Country Girls Attic, Susan at Susan Gazaway DIY, Elena at Elena Jenkins DIY, and Jackie at Jackie Burns Creations. If you are not familiar with their channels yet, please jump on over just after this video and check out what they have to offer. I leave links in the description box below to their channels, as well as to the playlist of this collaboration, so you can watch all the other creations and what they have done for the men in their lives.
You can see I have attached the ring and on one side, and I will do the same on the other, just sewing back and forth plenty of times so it stays in place. Now onto the bigger straps for the belt. I will have 2 of them on the back of the bag. I have attached the front with a sewing machine, but now I don't have a good enough sewing machine, so I have to do the rest by hand. But that's okay. Late night therapy.
If you're new to my channel, hi, I am Marika, and on this channel I do lots of DIYs, thrifting, decorating, renovation of my home, some pottery, some painting, anything creative. Please join me. Hit that subscribe button and the notification bell, and let's be friends.
As you can see here, it's almost done, but the lid, it's too short. So I had to do something about that, and I decided to attach the net bag there, or part of it, still have it as a bag, and underneath there I will attach a Velcro to be able to close the lid properly. And now a lesson and hiding mistakes. You see, when I saw that on, I had ugliness on the other side, and I don't like that, and I didn't want to redo it. Have to be creative here, so I took this plastic wallet and I decided to attach that to the inside of the lid, like so. You still close it, and I just attach it by hand, and it will cover up any ugliness. And extra room for extra things as well, right? So, more therapy. Et voila! Here it is! I think it turned out great. First time ever made bag. And here you open it, and there in the little sack there, it's a military buff. It's good to have. All that's missing now is a sleeping bag. And he's ready for survival in the urban jungle. You have everything you need there, pictures of the family, credit cards, telephone, utility knife, and the keys can be attached to the side. And here is my husband modeling this bag. Voila! He's happy, and I am happy.
For the Boys DIY number 2. As you may already know from my previous For the Boys collaboration, my husband is a huge fan of Pink Floyd, and in the other collaboration I made him a picture of the Wall album, and he loved it, and he wanted me to make another album cover for him, his favorite actually, Dark Side of the Moon. So that is what I'm doing today. And if you have missed the other For the Boys collaboration, I leave a link in the description box so you can watch that just after this one.
I start off with this frame, and I'm just going to spray paint it with the matte black color just as is. And I did 2 coats to cover it properly. And then I took this wood strip and I will cut it in an angle, as you can see there. Cut it off, and then an angle through there. And I will use my hand saw to do that. For you who are not familiar with Pink Floyd and this album cover, you can see here how it looks, and this is what I'm aiming for. And I will try to do like a more 3D version of it. So cutting out the wood strip and sanding it off all sides. I'm using the piece that I just cut out and some wooden skewers, and I will make the triangle that you just saw in the picture. Something like that. my frame has dried, and I try out my triangle shape there to see where it's supposed to go. Thinking. Now I'm creating a starry sky with some watered down acrylic paint, just splattering it on to my picture there. And then I'm painting all the wooden parts in an acrylic as well, 2 coats. Now I will create the rainbow with this yarn, this macrame yarn, and I have 7 sections with 6 strands of yarn on each of them. And now I'm painting on the colors of the rainbow, starting with the red on top, working my way down to the more orangey one, and so on and so on. I tape them down on my cardboard to keep them in place, and now I'm almost done, just the purple left there on the bottom. So I'm placing them onto my picture frame and I'm gluing them down, and I have attached the white part, the top part, to the white triangle with just a metal loop. You can still see a lot of white shining through there within the colors, but I will touch that up later as soon as the glue has dried. And I'm letting the rainbow yarn just flow over the frame and onto the back of the frame. And here I am touching up the colors of the rainbow. I'm just using acrylic colors and almost just 3 base colors. It's red, yellow and blue. Just mixing them together, and I also add a little white to the blue and the purple later on. I'm also touching up the black and some of the white, and then I'm attaching the last wooden skewer with some hot glue. And then it's time for some writing. I printed out the font that they use for this album, and I'm putting chalk underneath and tracing it, and just taking a wooden skewer to trace it, and it came out good enough for me to paint the letters on, as you can see here, using a white acrylic to paint them with the letters. And after they dried, I just dry brushed them a little bit with black color. And here it is, the final piece hanging on the wall in my husband's office. So, what do you think of my creations, my DIYs for my husband. Did you have a favorite? Leave me a comment down below. If you like this video, please like and share. That will help my channel to grow enormously. So thank you for doing that. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you soon again in my next one. Take care now. Bye.